The sound was like it came from a child that was hiding or scared.
Even after 97 years, I definitely feel that the ghost of the killer is still here.
There are so many abandoned places in the world, and each of them have a creepy past and a dark backstory. Beneath all of the dust, broken windows, and damaged walls, each one of these properties used to be lived in, and they all have a creepy story to tell. From unexplained paranormal activities to brutal murders, these scary abandoned houses will make you never want to go exploring ever again. Well, how's it going, you guys? I'm your host for this one, Landon, Dowlatsingh. Welcome back to another most amazing top 10 video. Letting you guys know, I feel like a zombie right now. I am absolutely tired. Didn't get much sleep last night. A buddy of ours just delivered a healthy baby girl. Super exciting times, but not so exciting in the sleep aspect because I don't even know if I slept last night. I'm pretty tired, but it's a very exciting time in our lives. But I'm here to bring the energy to you guys and to bring you guys another top 10 video. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and become a part of the most amazing family here on YouTube. We're closing in on 6 million of you guys. Absolutely insane. Alright, let's get right into this. This is the top 10 scary abandoned houses people actually went in. Let's get this list started in at number 10 with the HAUGHT Mansion. This abandoned mansion is located in Brush Park, Michigan. Back in 1941, it was used as an upscale brothel, but years after it was initially opened, a ton of dead bodies were found in the cellar of the mansion. All of the dead bodies were marked with a perfect circle on their torso and chest areas. The murderer was never found, and no one knows why they committed these gruesome murders. All we know for certain is that this mansion is full of angry spirits, and anyone who steps foot in this abandoned mansion will have a pretty rude awakening. But of course, people don't listen to the warnings, and they decide to check out the haunted mansion for themselves. Once they got inside, they reported feeling a cold chill brush over them. They said that they can hear screams coming from the basement and weird footsteps coming towards them. Take my advice and never visit the HAUGHT Mansion. If you do, I'm sure you'll instantly regret it. You'll go in there and you'll be like, is this real life right now? And for you guys older fans watching this video, I think that's a drink. I think that's a shot for you guys. I don't know, you guys go for the game, and I'm just here to make it more fun. The Nova House creeps onto this list at number 9. A man named Benjamin Albright accidentally shot and killed his son in 1958 in this house. He was filled with grief and regret, so he decided to kill his wife and then kill himself. I'm not sure how you accidentally kill your son, and I don't know why he thought that killing his wife would improve the situation. But since these brutal murders, the home came abandoned ever since. But if you were to visit this house, you would see that some of the family stuff is still inside. But I think I have better things to do with my time, than to explore a decrepit house where a family was killed. But that's just me. And of course, there are people on YouTube who thought it would be a good idea to look inside for themselves.
Then from down below. Lot of debris from the ceiling. There's room number 2. Ooh, a little soft right there.
Number 8 brings us to SANZHI UFO houses in Taiwan. These strange looking houses were originally intended to be used as a vacation resort, but this idea quickly failed. Several car accidents, deaths, and even suicides happened in this location during construction, so this project was never completed. There have been a lot of ghost sightings, and locals say that these UFO houses are extremely haunted. No one should ever go inside these buildings because if you do, you will never be the same when you leave, if you leave. But of course, people don't listen to these cautionary tales, and they decide to do some exploring of their own.
You can peek inside. Some of the windows are blown out too. So here's the living room, the old television there, and then that was the kitchen there in the center. And then if I pan to the right through there, you can see there's a bedroom, and then on the other side is the bathroom.
Some people even believe that these houses belong to the spirits that haunt this area, and many of them are evil and have a lot of unfinished business to take care of. Number 7, the Willard Asylum. The Willard Asylum was called an asylum because it was more like a prison. Patients were kept until the staff decided that they can leave. And sadly, many of them, well, they never left. They were never released. During that time, mental health was not understood very well. Some of the people who were locked inside weren't actually insane. If I was in there, I would definitely become insane. More than half of the 50,000 patients that came to the Willard Asylum died within its walls. And this is what makes the old abandoned buildings so creepy. In 1995, hundreds of suitcases were found in the attic, and they belonged to the patients who never left. As it turns out, these suitcases were stowed away and forgotten about for decades. It's sort of a creepy reminder of all the former patients that were locked away and forgotten about, by the outside world. That gives me the creep, so let's move on. Miranda Castle climbs up this list at number 6. During World War II, the Miranda Castle was used as an orphanage, but it was abandoned in 1980, and since then, it has been decaying ever since. It's extremely popular with ghost hunters because of its gruesome and dark past. The architect died while it was under construction, and his death still remains as a mystery. A devastating fire broke out and it damaged a major portion of the roof and other parts of the castle, and no one knows how the fire started. A violent storm hit the castle in 2006, which caused further damage to the property. And now teenage delinquents, homeless people, paranormal hunters, I'm sure some YouTubers, and Satanists frequently explore this decrepit building. I think knowing that Satanists are coming here to perform their rituals is scary enough for me. I wouldn't go anywhere near this building even if you paid me, unless it was like 30 grand. I think I'd do it for 30 grand. Next up, number 5, we have the haunted Vicarage in Sweden. This might look like an innocent farmhouse, but trust me, it has a dark past. Or it wouldn't have been on this list. It was built in 1876, and ever since then, it had been known to be an extremely haunted house. Many people who've been inside claim that they've seen the ghost of a woman in the house, and paranormal activities happen all the time. In 1941, a woman who visited this house woke up at night and realized that she wasn't alone. 3 old women were sitting in her room staring at her in the dark. Once they turned on the light, the 3 ghosts were still there, but they were extremely blurry. And in 1945, a man bought a rocking chair and brought it inside. However, he was never able to sit on it because it was thrown out of the window by an aggressive invisible force. But despite all of these scary stories, all these poor souls decided to go inside of this creepy building anyways.
Vill du hjälpa oss med det igen? Kan du sätta dig ner på soffan och få den där speldosan att spela igen?
I don't know what was making that sound, but I know I wouldn't be sticking around long enough to find out. I mean, I'm not that curious. The axe murder house in Iowa slashes its way in at number 4. On the night of June 10th, 1912, 6 members of the Moore family and 2 house guests were found bludgeoned to death inside of this creepy house. All 8 of the victims had evidence that they were struck with an axe. A long investigation was done, but after 2 trials, the crime still remains unsolved, and no one knows who this axe murderer is. But now, for a small fee, well, you could choose between a range of daylight and overnight tours. So yeah, you can visit this murder house, but I don't see why anyone would want to. It's so weird that we are commercializing a gruesome murder in an abandoned house. We should all just let them rest in peace, but some sick person is cashing in some serious money. So I guess we should take a look inside from the comfort of our own house to, let's check out what the hype's all about.
It was his superstition that if you did something evil and you knew it was evil, you couldn't look at yourself in a mirror. So he covered all the mirrors in the house and all the windows as well. And this up here is supposedly an axe mark. And in a way it would make sense because Josiah, who was on the side of the bed right here closest to the dresser, was hit with the sharp end of the axe. He was the only one to be killed with the sharp.
Now at number 3 we have the BEECHWORTH Lunatic Asylum. Try saying that 3 times fast. This is an extremely haunted psychiatric hospital that is located in Victoria, Australia. By the time that they finally closed its doors in 1995, a ton of patients have died during the 128 years that it was in operation. Apparently the psychiatric hospital brutally treated their patients, and a lot of the time patients would physically be tortured and abused, and they had little hopes of escaping. The patients were subjects to straitjackets, restrained chairs, and isolated cages. Oh, and let's not forget about the lobotomies and electroshock treatments that were used as well. So it's no wonder why this place is incredibly haunted with angry spirits. People say that they've seen a young girl wandering the halls, and she desperately tries to communicate with anyone that she comes into contact with. I can't believe that people actually step inside of a place like that.
You got that weird noises randomly and just all the creepy sounds you hear. Oh, so this is what the rooms used to look like. Yeah, that's creepy.
Ancient Ram Inn takes us to number 2. This creepy house is located in Gloucestershire, England. And let me know if I pronounced that right. I don't know how you're gonna tell me if I pronounced it right in the comment section below. Well, the owner claims that it is one of the most haunted places on earth. A lot of scary paranormal stuff goes on inside of these walls. People have reported seeing lights flickering and ghostly figures walking around the inn. A local legend says that the paranormal power comes from the center of the stone hedge, and it's actually fueling this place with spiritual energy. There's also a pagan burial ground that is located beneath this inn that makes this place just 100 times more creepy. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this place is supposedly haunted with evil demons that are just waiting to take your soul.
The ancient Ram Inn was built in 1145. Today, it continues its existence as one of the most haunted buildings in the whole of England, if not the world. It's notorious.
I'm now upstairs in the attic. It's very, very creepy. So just behind me, back here, I can't actually go further than this because the ground is so unstable, it's kind of dangerous. So they don't let people go past there. And then if I turn around, behind me is actually where the former daughter's bedroom was. I'm not sure how old she was when she slept up here, but it's so scary up here that I'm not sure I would like it as my bedroom.
And now, topping our list at number 1, we have the MONTE CRISTO homestead, which is located in New South Wales, Australia. This place is known as the most haunted house in Australia because there are hundreds of creepy reports each year. Strange lights, creepy ghosts, slamming doors, unexplained animal mutilations, and weird sounds are just a few things you can expect to see when you visit the MONTE CRISTO house. Several brutal murders occurred in this house, and to top it all off, it used to be a prison for a mentally impaired man. But wait, there's more. While it was in operation, a pregnant woman was pushed over a balcony, a baby was thrown down the stairs, and a stable boy was burned to death while he was sleeping. Is this real life right now? It is said that if you take pictures here, ghosts will appear in your photo, and it feels like someone, or I should say something, is watching you. You'll also feel hands touching you and strange footsteps. Yeah, no thanks, not for this, brown guy. I think I value my life way too much to ever visit this creepy house. What about you guys? Would you visit any of these houses on this list? Let me know in the comment section below, and let me know what top 10 videos you guys want to see next. But this is the end of the video. It's so sad, I know. I love spending time with you guys every single day. Well, I was your host for this one, Landon Do Not Sing, and I will see you guys all in the next most amazing top 10 video.